NCAA Football 2026 is officially released on Thursday, and today's episode, I'm going to remind you how by you buying the game and playing the game, you can actually help the real life Illini. Locked On Illini, let's go.
You are Locked On Illini, your daily podcast on the Illinois Fighting Illini. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome one, welcome all to a short, abbreviated edition of Locked On Illini. I'm your host, Sonny Verma. I'm here every single day giving you coverage of the beloved orange and blue. Only thing I ask for in return is if you can make sure you hit that like button while you're here and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It's ultimately my goal to hit 4,000 subs by the time the first football game kicks off, which, by the way, is literally next month. It's sneaking up on us. I can't wait. Big Ten Media Days are in about 2 weeks in Las Vegas. It's going to be here in no time, and we're going to have a lot of more football content right here on this show. But speaking of football being right around the corner with NCAA Football 2026 officially released for everybody today, July 10th on Thursday, I'm going to remind you that there's a way to play this video game, and you're actually able to help the University of Illinois out in real time as well. Now, some of you are going to remember this segment from a previous episode. I'd cut it up because I figured it's a good time to replay it. Some people aren't able to watch all the shows together. So if you're a brand new purchaser of the game, maybe your kids bought the game, well, tell them to play as the Illini. Why? Just watch this. And next up, we're going to be discussing a huge change coming out from the world of college football video games. And yes, it could actually impact the University of Illinois' bottom line. We're talking the EA Sports College Football 26 video game and a new royalty payment system that could put real money in the hands of the schools based on how often the games and the gamers are playing as them. So if you're tired of all the big-time blue bloods getting all the money, well, then pay attention to this segment. Let's break it down. In past years, EA Sports used a tiered system to determine how much each school gets paid for being in the game. The schools were built into 4 groups based on their historical success over the last decade. Basically, the more often your team finished in the AP Top 25 over the past 10 years, the higher tier and the more money you got. So a school like Alabama or Ohio State was guaranteed nearly $100,000 in royalty payments just for showing up in the game. Meanwhile, schools like Illinois, who didn't make that list consistently, were stuck in tier 3 or tier 4, getting $10,000, maybe up to $40,000 at most. But that model is now gone. Starting with College Football 26, EA Sports is going to pay schools based on one simple factor. How often do people actually choose to play as your team in the game? So, if 1 million people play as Illinois, and that's just 1% of all the games played across the country, then Illinois gets 1% of the royalty pool. So, if EA sets aside $5 million for schools, Illinois will get $50,000 just by being a fan favorite team to play with. It's basically a pay for play system. And for schools that know how to engage their fan base, this could be a huge opportunity. All right, let's bring this home. So why does this matter to Illinois? First, because Illinois has one of the most energized and engaged and growing fan bases in the Big Ten, especially online. We've seen it in merch, YouTube, Twitter, and recruiting buzz. The fan base is showing up. So if that fan base can now start playing as Illinois in this game, it can actually really benefit the program financially. If Illini Nation gets behind this, if tens of thousands of fans to choose to play as Illinois when they log in to play, that can help boost the university's royalty share. And that money, it goes straight to the athletic department. That's not just theory. With this change, smaller or mid-tier schools that have diehard fans online can actually stand to benefit more than the traditional powers who may be slipping a bit in popularity or don't get chosen as often in the game. And don't forget, the better and more exciting your team is in real life, the more likely people are going to choose to play them in the game. Illinois just landed multiple blue chip prospects in that 2026 class. Brett Bielema's defense is stacking up with talent. Look, Illinois is returning 18 of 22 starters. A lot of people are going to like to pick Illinois just because of that veteran presence that will always come in handy in video games like this. So let's zoom out a bit. EA's new system also gives schools another angle in the NIL game. Because this money doesn't go to players directly, it goes to schools. But if Illinois can boost its royalty share, that can mean more resources for things like facilities, like coaching staff salaries, or like NIL collectives that help retain players. Think about it for a second. If you're trying to keep a rising star wide receiver from jumping into the transfer portal, and you have extra funds because your team just happens to be one of the more popular ones in college football 26, hey, guess what? That matters. It all changes how programs might think about branding. Expect more schools to promote themselves in the game. You might start seeing social media campaigns that say, choose Illinois in EA Sports, or Twitch streamers repping the Illini because the gameplay translates into royalties now. This also levels the playing field for schools like Illinois that are trending upward. No more being boxed out of Tier 1 payouts because you weren't on ESPN every Saturday for the past decade. It's about what you do now and how your fans are interacting with your program today. So what's the takeaway? If you're an Illinois football fan, you can now support the program in a very 2025 way by playing as the Illini in EA Sports College Football 26. Seriously, every time you load up the game and win a Big Ten title with Illinois, you're actually helping the actual team get paid. And for Brett Bielema and company, this is just one more reason to keep building a team that people are excited about. Look, I get it. It's just a video game, and some of my audience may not be interested in that. But in this new era of NIL, realignment, and digital monetization, everything matters. Even the team that you pick on your PlayStation 5. If Illinois keeps trending up, this could be fun and also potentially a profitable development to watch. You let me know. Do you already have the new EA Sports College Football on pre-order? If you're older, maybe your kids do. Obviously, incentivize them. Let them know, hey, I'll buy you the game. Just make sure I want to see you be playing as the Fighting Illini. I bought last year's version, and I realized that my quick twitches and my response time, it's over, and it's about time I retire from college sports. But seeing this, now all of a sudden, I'm actually reconsidering whether maybe I will end up buying EA Sports College Football 26. Let me know what your plans are and if you plan on playing as the Illini. Summer sports are in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the greens, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You're already following the action. Why not make it a little more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get in the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. I've been using FanDuel to track my favorite matchups, and the app keeps it fresh with new daily promotions and fun ways to bet. Again, I've already told you guys, I've got my eyes locked on PCA on the Cubs. I have them at plus 8,000 and plus 5,500 to win the National League MVP. Right now, he's the second favorite, I believe, right behind Shohei Ohtani. So that's going to be something I'm going to be following along all summer long. If you're new to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com/lockedon to get started. And welcome back. Let me know if you plan on getting that video game. Let me know in the comment section how the Illini are rated. Do you think it's proper? Is anyone underrated, overrated? You let me know. Another bit of news came out on Wednesday. Illinois and Tennessee have made it official that on Saturday, December 6th, Illinois will head to Nashville to play the Volunteers, the first of what's going to be a series, basically, against Tennessee. Tennessee will return the favor, and we're assuming come back to Chicago, I think, 2 years later. Now, some Illini fans are already making plans for December 6th. I'm planning on being there in Nashville for that particular game. So if you're not already, make sure you join the Discord. I'm going to set up a meeting or like a meetup for the Locked On Illini community in Nashville, one of my favorite cities in the world. But I did want to remind you that I think that's also the day that the Big Ten football championship is going to be held. So if you're a super optimistic guy, especially on the football side, you might have conflicting schedules on that particular day. But for now, I plan on being in Nashville. You let me know what you guys think. Brad Underwood had this to say in the press release. Coming off an extremely competitive home-and-home series with Tennessee, we're excited to continue that partnership and meet in Nashville on December 6th, along with the game in Chicago in 2027. Playing the SEC will prepare us well for the Big Ten race, and when you're facing the Rick Barnes-led Vols that you are going up against a tough and talented team as there is in college basketball. We're excited to make our program's first ever visit to Bridgestone Arena and know the Illini family will travel to Nashville as well. Rick Barnes also had something to say. Our program is really looking forward to this matchup with Illinois. We have a great deal of respect for Brad Underwood and the Illini, and we know playing them will help us prepare for the SEC action. The opportunity to compete in Nashville, a city filled with diehard Tennessee fans, is always special, and we can't wait to see Vol Nation pack Bridgestone Arena. Again, I think it's a game I'm very much looking forward to. I always try to make at least one away trip. I wasn't able to last year. This year, I think I'm targeting Nashville. I might be joining a few friends there. Like I said, join the Discord link, which should be in the description. Let me know if you plan on being there. That's going to just about wrap it up for this edition of Locked On Illini. Thank you all so much for making us your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the Portal Show. Brian Smith has the latest rumors, portal entries, and signings. Be the most informed fan on the rapid changes to the college football landscape. Find the Portal on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Again, that's going to be it for today. Sorry, a short episode. Just got a lot on my table, but I promise I'm going to have more content, a lot of content. Again, Big Ten Media Days is just in a couple weeks, and basketball season never seems to end. Especially we might have a Ty Rodgers update sooner rather than later. If you don't want to miss that, make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you won't miss a thing. Until next time, ILL. Love you guys.